It's your boy Jug, and this is my ultimate Lepic build. Um, Disclaimer: this is a super in-game build. You really don't want to be running around the world with the boss killing build. I will have another build that you can run around the world with, but you will still be squishy. Reason I built him this way is because he is far from my only character, and I just wanted a character that could nuke bosses, as you saw with the Pyromaniac. So this build is going to revolve around your overclock and your overkill abilities. What overclock does is for a set amount of time, it gives you a 20% skill power modifier boost. You pop it before you go into your four, and you go crazy. And overkill is one of the highest scaling abilities in the game, especially since you shoot it multiple times. So this, along with one of the red mods that I'm going to show you a little later, makes it so that bosses just get shredded. And going into the modules, this is the mod that you're going to need to make this build work. It's Firearm Master. While you probably could get away with not having this, the damage bonus you get from this is crazy. It is a 39%, 40% damage once you pull out your weapon for what, 8 seconds from what I have. That's crazy. So moving on to the other modules I have Dangerous Ambush. For people who don't know, this mod is disgusting. Whenever you knock down a boss, it gives you another 50% skill power. We're going to ignore that first half. Of course, I have your basic tech damage modifier, and I also went for maximize skill for just the most amount of skill power I need. And we're not going to worry about that skill cooldown because, again, this build is literally just for going in, nuking bosses, and leaving. If you don't one shot the boss, then I don't know what to say because that's when this build falls off crazily. This whole bottom row is just pure crit damage and flat damage. I have the skill concentration and skill insight combo and the front lines and emergency measures combo, along with fire Sync which also gives another 10% skill power. And as you can see, I have skill crit of 207 and a crit rate of 207, which massively raises my chance to crit. And for the last two, I have an outstanding investment for the duration and skill extension for the duration. Because the longer I'm in my alt, the more I can shoot. And going over my reactors, so I got pretty lucky with finding a reactor that I like. If I had the choice, I probably wouldn't use the Thunder Cage, but you do need a general rounds weapon for a little tech that I found with this that I'll show you a little later. But you can pretty much use any one. Which what you really want is these the tech skill power and additional skill attack while attacking Colossus at the bottom. Those really help. But honestly, you could replace the power boost ratio with either crit damage or crit chance if you feel like it's not consistent enough. So another tech with this build that I don't I haven't heard a lot of people talk about, but this should be on all characters that use MP, is this three-piece combo. So on your auxiliary power, you really want recovery out of combat. For your sensor, you want recovery in combat. And for your memory, you want the recovery modifier. And super bonus if you get max MP because it seems to scale off how much MP you have and your recovery is just crazy. Um, Otherwise, you just want health and defense where you can get it. Is seen your auxiliary can roll health or defense, health and defense, and so can your memory. My memory does not have defense on it. Um, Still farming for that, but Molten Fortress is a bitch. And I do have the two-piece Annihilation set on for the duration and the two-piece Volcanic set for the skill power. Now to show you the damage rotation. When you go into a fight, you're going to hit your 2 and then your 4 and roll immediately so you cancel that animation. And then you just hold down the trigger. think I didn't get a shot off because I was explaining and not focusing. But as you can see, the damage you can get from that is fucking astronomical. Now, for people who are wondering how I am shooting faster in my alt, because for anybody who does play on Lepic, you know that your fire rate is just set. Um, that does seem to be the case, and it doesn't seem to be affected by fire rate on your weapons. But what it does seem to be affected by is the mods on your weapons. So you want fire rate up strictly because you want sharp precision shot. This mod is the key to this build and how I'm getting so many shots off. So it takes our fire rate begin in the beginning, but while you have the trigger held down, it's going to raise the fire rate by 4% up to 10 stacks, which is going to be 40%. That's how I'm shooting so fast in my ultimate. And that is pretty much it for the boss killer build. I did want to show you the stats because I realized I didn't do that. With all the mods on for that I showed you, my skill crit hit rate is at 46%, and I have a 4 times multiplier in crit, which is crazy. I will have video footage at the end of this video of me soloing every boss from the Executioner to the Swamp Walker with this build. Unfortunately, I can't do the bosses because you need a group, and I don't have that many people to play with. So, but before we get to that, I will show you this other build. It is a simple swap. You really don't need to change much. I do have MP Collector on this build, and I switched to Spear and Shield just for a little extra defense because you want to be running, and I guess somebody wants to be running around with this build. And everything else is pretty much the same. I did take Fire Sync Team off because I had to slap in MP Collector, so we just went with the basic Fire Specialist. And this build is pretty much the same mechanics except for shit. You switch to increased efficiency instead of firearm master, and what increased efficiency does is it no longer consumes MP just for having your ultimate out. It only does it when you attack, but it also gives you MP back once you land a crit. And it helps very much so that we have a 46% crit chance. So the way that you would do this, I mean, you can pop your overclock before you do this, but you really don't need to. You're going to be in this form ideally forever because, as you can see, you could just shoot forever. And I kept that range on just so that we can get that super big explosion. And you could just do this just forever, just run around the world. I really don't like doing it like this because you are kind of slow. I mean, you could roll to get distance and dodge and come in attacks, but again, you're still very squishy in this build. But if you want to run around shooting off mini nukes, you can do it. That's pretty much it for my Ultimate Lepic build. I hope y'all enjoyed. I will be coming out with an Ultimate Bunny build tomorrow, which I find very unique. I don't see many bunnies running around like I do with that build, so don't forget to like and subscribe if you do want to see that build. And this has been your boy Jugg. Enjoy the rest of the show. Peace.